Hey guys, this is Angel. Thanks so much for joining me tonight on the Secret to Success in MLM webinar. I've been talking about it as creating a vision that will change your life. Like I said, it was finally the thing that for me gave me the success that I was waiting for in my network marketing. So this is my first paid for webinar. I've done a few free ones, but never a paid one. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. If you can, just let me know. Okay. Yeah, it looks. Yes, okay, good. So that's great. So thanks so much for joining me. I'm a little bit nervous tonight, I'm not going to lie. Having it be a paid one, I feel like, there's just a little bit more expectation on it, and so I really hope that I'm going to deliver. The reason that I chose this as my first paid for webinar is because I came to realize through a lot of failure and just doing the wrong things that the actual secret to success in building your business and in being successful is to have a perfectly clear vision of your life. And it goes beyond goals. It goes beyond, wanting certain things or having certain things that you're trying to reach or things that you want or getting out of debt or going on a trip. Like, it's way beyond that. And once I was able to tap into that in my life, that's when I actually saw things change. So what I had done is I had signed up in, I think it was January, February, for some group coaching with Ray Higdon. It was limited to a certain amount of people, and in our first module of training with him, he took us through this vision training. And so that's basically what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. And Ray is all about the invest, learn, teach, so I know he doesn't mind that we use his training platforms to be able to share with you, but I have made it my own a little bit more, and there's going to be some bonuses added in. So basically, he started it off with the fact that you have to have this crazy vision for your life, and he actually had us send him our visions, and he went through them and corrected anything that he saw wrong, if we were using the wrong language, or if maybe we just weren't thinking big enough. So basically, it comes down to, you can't have success in home business if you don't have a vision, and that's just flat out true. I fully believe that. This isn't any like hokey pokey fluffy stuff. It's not all about trying to train your mind just to think things, but it's part of how you have success. And all of these successful people, if you listen to everybody's testimonies and how they got to be where they are, it's all to do with mindset, mindset and action. So you need to see the success, and then you need to be able to put the action into it to be able to get that vision to come true in your life. So who am I? I am, I think a lot of you that are on here right now follow me, but I'm in Canada. I started in network marketing I guess, I hope you can't hear my kids screaming in the background. Of course, the perfect timing for that, right? But I started in network marketing in March of 2013. I struggled crazily. I signed up with an upline. My very good friend signed me up and had shared the product with me, and basically I struggled. She was brand new to it. And I don't think you should be dependent on an upline, but I didn't have the proper training, if that's what I'm trying to get across here. So I had no clue what I was doing. And I think if you're anybody new to network marketing or an MLM, you know that struggle, where if you're not trained, and if your company doesn't have the right layout to be able to train you, then you can really struggle. You can spend a lot of money, you can do all of the wrong things, and that's pretty much where I was. So for about 9 months, I spent thousands, and I mean thousands of dollars, thinking that I was doing all the right stuff, and it got me nowhere. I literally did not have one recruit, and I was frustrated, but I guess maybe even back then I had a vision for my life that I didn't even realize, and I think that's what kept me going. Back when I started at MLM, I was coming off of mat leave. And here in Canada, we get a year. So I didn't really have anything lined up. Before having my son, I was at a job where I was working in the evenings. My husband would come home. I have another daughter. She is 7 right now. But starting when she was 2.5, my husband would come home from work. I would go to work, work until 1, 2 in the morning, come home, take care of her. And that was our life. That was how we made it work. And that was so that we could avoid paying daycare costs. So I knew that coming off of mat leave with my son, that was my only option. But I just kind of had this sense that things were going to work out. And sure enough, I came into network marketing. Now, because I didn't have immediate success in network marketing, obviously I needed to supplement my income. And I was lucky enough to have the place that I did work. I was a paralegal. They allowed me to be able to work from home. So I've been able to do both from home. Which was nice. It wasn't like I jumped into this and was successful right away and making money. That's certainly not the case. And fast forward then to signing on for some coaching with Ray. It wasn't anything we could afford necessarily. I had already taken Jessica Higdon's 10K social media course. Loved that. It was awesome. It's all about recruiting on social media. Highly recommend it. And then this opportunity came up to get into this coaching with Ray. And it was one of those on the fence kind of moments where it's something you need, but it's something you shouldn't spend money on. But I think definitely if you aren't someone who right now is investing in yourself, that needs to change. You need to be getting training. You need to be constantly learning. And it doesn't mean you have to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars, but even just small things that you can be doing every day to be able to keep on learning and bettering yourself is how you're going to have success. Because I think everybody comes into this business with this idea of building this huge empire. But a lot of people aren't willing to do the work to do that. And so you want to be investing in yourself. And just like I said, what Ray says, invest, learn, and teach. So you invest in yourself, you learn that, and then you can apply it in your business and go out and teach that either to your team, or if you're going to do a blog or videos or anything like that to market yourself, you can take what you've learned and go out and teach that. And that's basically going to make you some money too. It's going to draw people to you. That's all attraction marketing, right? So I'm so happy that I invested in that training with him. And like I said, this was the first part of what we did and probably the hugest impact for everybody in the group coaching course, besides all of the awesome information that Ray shares and taught us. And I'm a 100% different business person thanks to him. This first course is what I really wanted to start with in my webinars because I just think it's the most important part of your business and the one that goes the most overlooked. Since taking this vision training with Ray, like just to kind of share, I was able to paint out a vision for my life that was just incredible. I see things and see myself doing things way huger than I ever imagined. It's basically taken my vision that I had before training with Ray and times it by 10 to 20. And just during that course of time, there were things that happened that started mapping out my vision for my life. I can now see myself on the course of getting where I want to be. I'm getting leads daily. I've gone from I had nothing coming in for leads and I didn't know how to prospect to, I have 5 to 10 leads coming to me without having to prospect daily. And plus I'm out there making connections with people. The confidence that it built in me is huge. And just I think if you know where you're going to get there. So let's start this off here. Actually, I'm just going to quickly check and see where you guys are from. If anybody wants to let me know where you're watching from, I would love to hear from you. And again, hopefully you can't hear my child screaming upstairs. He is with his father, so it's not like I've locked my kids away and left them by themselves. They are being watched. Amy says she's from Florida, Karen from Toronto, Kim from Calgary, and Mike from Vegas. Awesome. Well, glad to have you on here, guys. There's others of you that haven't answered, but I'm super happy to see you here. So we're going to get started. Oh, actually, I didn't have my welcome screen up the whole time. Oh, and I hope this starts. Oh, I've clicked and it's not moving. Let's see here. I'm just going to refresh this page and see if we can get it going. I had everything, of course, all set up, and you're going to have to bear with me. This is the first one. Part of this will be your month of free coaching as well, included with this price of this course. So I'm looking forward to meeting you guys and hearing about your visions and helping you to build something in your life that that you didn't think you could, and kind of just building your belief in yourself that you can. So let's see if we can get this going. And now it's refreshing. Can you hear him screaming? I'm so sorry. How ridiculous. This child never screams, and of course he's up there doing this now. It's probably because I'm not around. I'm always around him, so hopefully it's not affecting the webinar too much. Okay, so that is not what I wanted here. I did not want to edit. let's see here. Well, you know what? I think I'm just going to do it this way because it doesn't really change. You can see this stuff here, but that's okay. So we went over, or what will I be covering tonight? I think I covered that mostly. Obviously, mapping out your vision for your life, shared who I am and the importance of vision in your life. So we're going to be climbing up this mountain to success. So do you need a vision? The first point there is we all hunger for a vision. And, you know, we tend to latch on to someone else's vision a lot in our life, where we haven't spent the time to come up with something for ourselves. And because, you know, you want to fit in, you want to follow along with what you think is the right thing to be doing. And, you know, that really it's like those moments where when you watch a movie and you know, at the end of the movie when someone gives a speech and you get those goosebumps because you're latching on to their vision. Or for me recently, it was when Jim Carrey gave his speech there about not, you know, if you're going to fail at things in life, then you may as well fail at doing what you love, right? So that for me gave me goosebumps, and you can latch onto that vision. So it's okay to latch onto a vision, or maybe if you're involved in a team right now that has this just crazy vision, and you want to be able to follow what they're saying. You may have a team name that gives you that vision, and so it's okay to latch onto that. And use that as what pulls you. But as long as you have something that you can see in your mind of where you're going, then that's what you want. And you know what? I'm just going to quickly try to see if I think I can just do it this way. I think if I go like this, and oops, copy link. I'm just going to try putting it into a link here. Let's see if that gets me where I want to go, because I don't like that it's got so much of a grid around it. But yeah, so it's those moments where you feel those goosebumps, because internally we all do hunger for a vision. We all want to have our own identity. We all want to have a purpose for our life and a reason for what we're doing. And part of being in network marketing and an MLM is that your mission is to help people. Your mission is to make a difference, and that's what we want. We want to be putting that out there, and the best part of helping people is sharing your story, is being able to tell people where you've come from, and just kind of get their emotions into it so that they can see that, yeah, this is something they can do. And so the way to do that is to just have this huge vision for your life, and be able to latch onto your own vision, or the vision of your team, and just be able to, like, constantly repeat that story. Repeat where you're going. Make it apparent that you know where you're going. And by these exercises that we're going to do in here, that's going to give that to you. That's going to give you that story to be able to share with people, and you know, just have that confidence of where you're going, and people are going to feel that in you. And right now, if you feel like a failure, or if you feel like you're not good enough, or if you wonder why me, that's and you're uncertain of where you're going, then those are the absolute reasons why you need to be doing these exercises. And it's so awesome that you're on this webinar with me, because you're the type of person that needs to be on here doing this. You need to know that you're worthy. You need to know that you deserve success. You need to know that you are capable of this. One way I find, and I mean, it's not a way of saying that, like, I don't believe that anybody's better than anybody. I like to constantly say to myself, I'm not better than anybody, and nobody's better than me, because I feel like no matter where you are in life, you are equal to everybody else. And I try not to judge, and I try not to you know, classify anybody into a certain category. But what I do myself, because I, like everybody else, beat myself up so many times about, you know, not being successful enough yet, or why did I do that, or, you know, you're your own worst critic, right? And so one way, I look at people who have success, and I look at their stories, and I see that they're no different from me. And if they can do it, I can do it. And so you've got to start believing that about yourself. And we're going to get you there through this next month. We're going to help you just to be able to see a future for yourself that is so incredible, and realize that your circumstances the way they are right now, is not the way they have to be. You know, I am a believer in God, but I mean, some people just say the universe. I don't know where your belief is at, but I truly believe that we were each put here for a reason, and that falling into network marketing and MLM is a gift. I believe it's a purpose, and I believe it's something that we are able to share with people to help them get out of horrible situations, give them a hope for a life that they could have never dreamed of. And I think we're blessed with that. So believe that you were put into this for a reason. You're sitting here right now watching this for a reason, and you're going to get to where you want to go. So I'm not even reading off my notes here, but goals. I don't know if I have that in the next slide here. I think so. So we'll move up our mountain here. How to create your vision. Goals versus vision. Goals are not enough to get you where you want to go. I know you probably, you know, as we're raised, we're told to set goals. Set a goal, achieve it. Set another goal, achieve it, and so on and so on. I don't know about you, but anytime I set a goal and was just working to achieve that goal, I was only happy once I achieved the goal. There wasn't really much happiness in getting there, because all I was trying to do was get to a goal. So, I mean, you can set a goal of saying that you want $5,000 or $10,000 a month. That's great. You need to be able to see the difference that that's going to make in your life. You need to be able to see what you're going to do with that money that is going to change your life. And if you can picture it, if you can actually in your mind, you know, become the cameraman of your life, be able to see what that is, how that's going to impact your life, what that is actually going to mean, then you're going to be able to achieve it, and you're going to be able to accomplish it. You need to be able to think, like, what if you had all the money and all the time in the world? Who would you be? So who will you be when you're able to achieve that goal? If you want to call it that. Now, when we talk about goals, this is one thing I've learned from Ray and from the other training that I've taken with other people, is when you talk about a goal, it's time to start setting your goals to be something that is way out of your comfort zone. So we're talking, like, if your goal is $5,000 a month, make your goal $20,000 a month. Make your vision $20,000 a month. Because if you fail to achieve a super high goal, chances are you're going to come out higher than if you had set a small goal for yourself. So if you set a vision of $20,000 a month as opposed to $5,000 a month, and you come out at $10,000 a month, well, which one is better, right? So you always want to be setting a higher vision for your life. And Cesar Rodriguez says it very well, where he says to be 10 times bolder. Be 10 times bolder in your goals and in your vision too, not just out in life. You know, if you want, you need to believe that if you can see it, then it's going to happen. And so why not see the best, the very best? And you've got to let go of that feeling of, well, I don't want to be greedy, or I don't want to try to ask for too much. You know, 5,000 is enough. That's good enough for me. No, stop that. You're worth way more. And how many more lives can you impact with $20,000 a month than 5,000 a month? So stop thinking small. Stop right now even saying to yourself that that's greedy to think that way, because it's not. It's selfish to not think big, and it's selfish to not have a huge vision, because the lives that you're going to impact along the way are going to be so much more. So if I was you, I would just stop that thinking. Now, I had to. I mean, I'm not sitting here preaching like I haven't gone through all this. I have. For me, I was brought up in a home with a lack mentality, and it was always coupon clipping, and it was always just getting by, and just getting by was enough. And honestly, my husband and I, we have both had really good jobs, but we never really strived for more. I'm not going to lie, I didn't go to university. I went straight out of high school. I had taken a course and was able to go straight into the banking world. So I was working towards being a financial planner, and I was on my way there, and I was almost there, but sales got insane. And funny thing is, back then I didn't think I was a salesperson, and now I'm still not a salesperson. I'm a dream weaver. So anyways, so I got out of that. I didn't go to university. We never really dreamed big for ourselves, and it was hard for me to drop that thinking and thinking that I was worthy of being successful. And like I say, just listen to stories of successful people, because honestly, they are so inspiring. Mark Hoverson, look him up and listen to his story if you haven't. Oh my gosh, what a story. Like, and Ray's story is amazing. And most successful people, Russ Whitney, I recently heard his story, and that was inspirational. I mean, there's so many stories out there that you just can resonate with and can change your life. Um, and part of goals, a lot of people with goals set a daily routine. But if it's just a goal to set a daily routine and to stick to it, honestly, you're probably not going to. The vision, what another thing Ray Higdon says is pain. So pain of debt, pain of the way your life is right now, pain of certain circumstances, relationships, anything like that. That pain will move you, but you want the vision to pull you. Or he says pain will push you, vision will pull you. So you want something that is going to make you excited to get out of bed in the morning, because you can see where your life is going, and that's what I'm going to be helping you to do. And that's where I was able to get. In the beginning, I would say for the first 9 months, I worked super hard. Even though I was working wrong, I was working hard, but it was the push of like, I've got to be successful. So what's going on? That's what was pushing me in the morning. I didn't really have anything pulling me, except for the fact that I did not want to go back to that hard 9 to 5 evening lifestyle. I just didn't want to have to do it. So talking about, so who will you be? So your vision, if you were able to reach these goals, or where you want to go, this huge vision for your life, these huge goals, these new goals, which I need you to write down, who will you be? So if your goal was 5,000 and now your vision is 20,000, who will you be? What will you do with your time? How will you spend that time? And part of what will you do, a lot of times people want a vision of 20,000 a month. Who will you be? You'll be someone that can quit your job. What will you do? I don't know. And so that's not good enough. You need to know how you're going to fill that time, because if you don't see actually who you will be when those things come true, then they're not going to come true. And so that's the difference between a goal and a vision. A goal is to quit your job. Well, who will you be and what will you do when you quit that job? That's what you need to have in your mind, and that's what you need to focus on. And so those things for me were things that really, really changed how I saw my life, and the things that started to happen in my life because of that. So what do you want? And now we're actually talking material things. So do you want a new car? Do you want a new house? Do you want freedom? What would you do with that freedom? Would you spend time with your family? Would you travel more? Some people want peace of mind. For me, that's a huge one. I mean, bills and money and worrying about the future is just a huge thing on your shoulders. And I know the stress of that. So definitely, peace of mind is huge in your vision. Picture yourself without worry, and what that would feel like actually, while we're talking here, you can close your eyes and picture these things. You might feel silly. Hopefully nobody's around you, and if they are, just tell them to not bug you, because this is going to change your life and theirs. So picture it. If you had no worry, if there was plenty of money coming in for your bills every month, what would that feel like? And can you feel that joy? Like, when I think of that stuff, literally you feel it inside your body. Like, what would that peace of mind feel like? What would it be like to know that you could send your child to any school they wanted to go to when they graduate, or that you could pass on to them this huge business and offer them the chance to be an entrepreneur, or that you can take your family on any vacation that you want to, anytime you want to, or that you could retire your spouse? What would that feel like, right? And so that's a huge part. And some people, their vision is to speak on stage. So what would your story be from stage? How would it feel to be standing on that stage and looking out? And one thing that Ray said in that first module was, how bright will the lights be? So picture that, standing on stage at your company event. You're up there. It's the first time you're presenting. You've been asked to speak. You can't believe it. You're super nervous. You're probably sweating. You're probably shaking. You probably feel like you're going to pass out because are you going to get the words out? What are people going to be thinking about you? Are you going to come across looking like you're nervous, right? So those are all the things that you're going to feel when you're up on that stage. But how bright will those lights be? Look up into the sky, and what do you see? It's those bright lights shining down on you. It'll likely be hot. You know, and the crowd, you probably won't be able to see half of the crowd because of how bright the lights will be. So it's those feelings and those emotions that you want to be tapping into when you're thinking about your vision. After you get off stage, what will people who come up to you and say? Or what will the people who have already passed on in this lifetime, who are up there looking down on you, what will they be thinking as they watch you deliver your story from stage? And so those are the emotions that you really want to focus on. And I mean, for me, that can probably put me into tears. I'm really trying not to cry right now. But I mean, those are the things that will pull you. You know, so think about that. Focus on that. Write all this down. Take notes. Go back over this and watch it. You'll be getting the replay, so make sure you map this all out. But we'll get more into that in a bit. For me, Susan Sly's speech at GoPro this year, she had a story that really resonated with me, and it was a story of struggle, and just she got to the point where she sat down and there was no other way than to start making phone call after phone call after phone call, and she like locked herself in a room and just went crazy on her business and built it huge. And at the time that I heard it, I was thinking, man, I wish I could do that. And now, after all this training and after this vision, I'm the person that does that. I'm the person that makes those cold calls if I have to, and who sat down and was like, that's it, I'm going for my nose because that's it, I'm sick and tired of not having success, right? So those are the types of stories. That's my own personal story that pulls me when I think about people who really have had an impact on my life. Her speech at that event was huge for me. So if it's a car, so let's say you want a car. Most companies have a car program. Where do you drive? That first time, okay, so you finally reach that rank where you get your car bonus, or if you don't get a bonus and you're in some sort of different home business, you're finally at that point where you get to go out and buy a new car. Where do you drive? The first time that you're in that car and you can go wherever you want, where do you go? And what are you wearing when you're inside that car? And who will see you while you're out driving it? Where are you going to go so that people notice you? And what does the car feel like when you're driving it? How does it handle? What does it smell like? So it's all those things. Don't just set a goal of I want a new car, or I want to get to a rank so I can get that car. Think about that car, love on that car, just have it become in your senses, be able to feel that car already, feel like it's already in your life. And that's kind of what successful people do. Like if you think of athletes or people, even actors, actresses, directors, they all have seen themselves giving these acceptance speeches or up on podiums or accepting medals. They've all seen that, or winning races, or winning, in the Olympics in their sport. They all envision this. It's all part of their training, is this mind training where you visually see this stuff happening in your life. So everybody who has gotten to that point has seen it happen already. So this isn't something that people aren't using, this is seriously the secret to success. So say you want, for me, like I'm not necessarily excited to get a new house. I'm excited about fixing up this house. And, we're still not at that point yet, but it's getting there. And so for the house, if your goal is to get a new house, to move, so you've got to really think about the details of that house. So what does the mailbox look like on that house? Or what color is the siding? Or is it wood paneling? Or is it brick? Or, what is the outside of your house? Does it have a gate? What do the cabinets look like in your kitchen? What color are they? Do you have granite? What color is that granite? How big is your island? Where is your dining room table? How many windows do you have? What's your view when you look out those windows in your house? What what does the tile in your bathroom look like? What does your bedroom look like? Do you have a massive ensuite? How big is your closet? How many clothes are in that closet? And what will you do in your home? Do you go out to your backyard? Do you have a pool? You're going to hang out with the kids around the pool. What does it sound like when they're playing in that pool and splashing? The sounds of happiness, the sounds of freedom, your dog rolling around in the grass. Like, those are all the things, like, you literally want to just map out some time each day to just sit and think about these things. And it may seem, like I say, it may seem kind of weird at first. It does take some getting used to, because we're trained to think negatively. We're trained to doubt new things in our mind, and our subconscious has been pre-programmed, unfortunately, since we were a kid. And so we're trained to not believe this stuff, and to think that this is for somebody else who's kind of wishy-washy, and this kind of stuff doesn't work. So why would I do this? Just try it. Please try this for the next 30 days and see how this affects your life. When I said that it gave me immediate changes, I wasn't joking. It immediately changed my life. It immediately changed relationships for me. It immediately changed the person that I was, how I felt, my relationship with God. It changed so many things for me. So please do this with me. It's not all weird. Then what else did I have here? Relationships. Make a list of the things that you want in your relationship. And that can be relationships with your children, relationships with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, or relationships that you don't even have yet, but just part of your vision. Write down what you want out of your relationships. Do you want a husband that helps you out? Do you want a husband that comes up to you and that's great. A husband that comes up to you and hugs you, someone who just loves you so much. What do they say to you at nighttime before bed? What do you do with this person? So it works in relationships as well. So one point of this, and there's the kid screaming again. And now I don't know if this was in the next one. Okay, I'm not going to quite go to that one yet because I don't want you to get off focus. Don't not tell people your dreams. This part here is huge for me. When I first got into network marketing, and maybe for everybody who does or gets into MLM or direct sales or affiliate marketing, whatever you do, you kind of are a bit ashamed. No matter how gung-ho you were to start and how much of a vision you have, it in the beginning is something that you're not super excited to run out and say, hey everybody, I joined a network marketing company, because you're not going to be met with very much positivity about that. And if you've gone out and done that with your warm market, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because even though you think that that's what's going to happen and what should happen and people should be excited for you, it doesn't happen. But don't let that stop you from telling people your dreams. I still don't, sort of do. People are changing. I think I have a lot of stubborn people in my life. But I don't know. It's almost like a feeling of, I don't want to say too much, but it's almost like a feeling of people don't want to see you succeed sometimes, right? You kind of feel like that. Or that people want to be right. Maybe that's what it is. People want to be right. They don't want you to succeed because they want to be able to say, I told you you were going to fail. And for me, those kind of things, hearing those kind of things, or knowing that that's what someone is thinking, is seriously, that just makes me be like, oh, I will show you. So there was absolutely zero chance that I would ever fail at network marketing, because there was too many people that I had to stick it in their face. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the whole point. But it didn't stop me as I got more confident, as I got more training, and especially through this training with Ray, it gave me such a confidence. And I mean, you get yourself around the right people, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean you need to hang out with them. It's people like Ray and Eric Worre, who you can listen to every day, read people's books, and just hear these stories of this confidence in network marketing, and it really will change the way you think, even if you have success or not. Makes you super proud of this industry. And when you go to your company events, you hear stories of people's lives that have changed, and you just think, you think back to the people sitting on your Facebook account that don't like your posts or whatever. Who cares? Think of the things that you're going to be doing. And so for me, it was like, yeah, you know what? I have made, honestly, when I do posts now, yeah, a lot of my friends, and I'm quoting my fingers right now, but a lot of my friends and family don't like my posts, and that's okay because I know they don't get this whole network marketing thing and what's going on, and that's all right. I haven't yet gone back to my warm market since everything's changed because I'm kind of not ready to yet. Not sure that I want to work with very many of them, and I'm enjoying the people that I'm meeting since then. But you know what? You build this online community, or even in your own city of people joining in on your team. You have new friends and you have new people that are supporting you and want to see you succeed, and it's genuine. And so you build this community, and it's all people who want to support you. So don't stop putting your dreams out there. Don't stop stating them. You know, if someone says to you, "Oh well, we'll see how much longer you have in this network marketing thing," be like, "Well, you know what? I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure of where I'm going, but you know, I don't know why you're thinking that way, but obviously you have a reason, right?" So don't feed into what they're saying, and don't feed into their negativity. Let it bounce off of you. One thing you've really got to do is just become bulletproof and not. It's hard to not care, but you've really got to not care what people think of you anymore. You're going to be changing the world, and that's the biggest thing. So use this vision to get you through those moments when you get all that negativity, because it doesn't stop. It seriously does not stop. I still have people in my life that want to hear me say that I'm quitting, and that's just never ever happening now, right? But I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. Okay. So if you're someone who tends to focus on others, this kind of stuff can be really hard to swallow. So if you focus on others, that means that you're someone who always puts everybody before yourself, doesn't really take any time for yourself, doesn't put your needs or your dreams or your goals or anything like that first. And it really makes you want to just kind of serve other people and just put yourself on the back burner. So listening to this kind of stuff of saying that you can do this and you can do this and you can do this can be uncomfortable for you, because you think, oh, you know, when it's time for me, I'll do all this stuff, and when it's time for me, I'll have success. But that's not the way it is. I just want to make sure that I'm still okay. Good. That's not the way it is, and that's you kind of will have to let go of that. So if you're one of those people who really is an other person pleaser kind of thing, or another person's server, let me know, because there's different ways I can work on this with you. I'm not going to kind of go that route in here, but I will say a few things. If you don't have results yet in your business, and you are one of those people, you really need to start to focus on what you want and not always on what other people need. And the way that you can kind of be okay with that is do the exercise of thinking of how your success is going to affect other people. So this is what Ray calls the benefit of the benefit. And part of my vision I'll share with you when I had to write in my vision to him was that, and this was part that he shared in the class, part of my vision is to take my family to Hawaii. And I've recently changed companies, and you know, now that vision is actually going to come true. So when I say that, you know, when you really focus on this vision, things just kind of happen. And for me, it's happening. And so, yeah, me and my family are going to Hawaii in November. And it's awesome. Like, I pretty much, even though it's part of my vision and I can feel it, I can smell it, I can see it, I just can't believe it's actually happening. But anyways, so part of my vision before I knew all this was happening was that I want to take my family to Maui. It's been my dream. We've gone to Florida. We haven't traveled a lot with the family. My dad recently passed away, so we did a trip to Florida with him, and we've since been to Florida again once since then, and once before that. So that's pretty much our extent of traveling. But Maui has just kind of always been my dream place. I don't know why. It just is. And you know, I'm a huge ocean lover, dolphins, whales. I kind of just feel like I was put in the wrong place of the earth to live, and that I'm supposed to live there. No, just kidding. No, I'm not. I would definitely live there. But anyway, so my vision, when I wrote it out to him, I don't know exact, I didn't print this off to read to you guys or anything, but it was that I want to take my family to Maui. I want to see the looks on their faces when I'm able to tell them that we're finally going, that mommy's dream and vision is finally coming true, and that we're able to do this exciting thing, that we're going to be able to stay on the beach, that we're going to be able to hang out. They're going to see whales, they're going to see dolphins, we're going to go to a luau, and just the pictures on their faces. That was part of my vision. And then the part that he shared, which for me is huge. I love the water, love paddleboarding and stuff like that. And for me, it was, I can't wait to be standing. And this still has to happen. Remember, like even though we're going, this hasn't happened yet. So this is still my vision. I can't wait to stand on a paddleboard in the ocean and look at my family on the beach and realize that I did it. I accomplished it. And just to feel that joy in my soul as I say to myself, I did it. I'm here. And so that's a moment that seriously, I don't know, it'll be so overwhelming, I'll probably fall off into the ocean. But, like it's those kind of feelings that you want to put into it. And so that's the benefit of the benefit. The benefit of okay, so your vision will be a benefit to your family. What is the benefit of that benefit? Is your family's look on your faces, being able to see them so excited, listening to your kids tell their friends they're going to Hawaii, listening to your husband tell his buddies you're going to Hawaii, listening to them share about the trip afterwards, watching them share the pictures afterwards with people, and just feeling that joy in your soul as this kind of stuff happens. That's the benefit of the benefit. And so it's just an extended version, or he uses it great for people who sell health and wellness products and help people lose weight. He said, when you're talking to your prospects or your customers, you share with them, okay, so you want to lose 10 pounds or you want to lose 25 pounds, you want to get into that bikini and you want to be on the beach. Okay, so what do you look like, and what is the look if when you're at the beach and you walk past your ex-boyfriend who just happens to be there? What does the look on his face look like, and what is he thinking when he sees you? And so that's the benefit of the benefit. So it's thinking beyond just what you want out of it, and how is that literally going to affect the world around you. So if you're someone who is constantly thinking about other people, think of things that way. What is your success going to impact the life of those that you love? And so then you won't feel like you're being selfish or greedy. How will the people in your life view you when I'm like pointing to the screen, you can't see me, when all of these things in your vision come true? When who will you be, what will you do, what do you want, what will it feel like, how will they view you? And there's good things and there's bad things about that. So there's going to be some people who view you as this super successful person that they seek out for information, who they come to for help. You're now the status symbol in their lives, and they reach out to you. Chances are that's going to be your community of your team or people online that you're building relationships with. Chances are that's not so much going to be your warm market. And that's because those type of people, unless you have awesome, super awesome people in your life that are super supportive and always have been, and you've been brought up in that lifestyle and frame of mind, then chances are there's going to be some people who are jealous of your success. And so that's going to come across in a way where they don't congratulate you. They might even drop you as a friend. They may stop hanging around you so much, and you'll be thinking like, now I'm like, why wouldn't they want to be around me? We can do all this stuff, and I want to do this for them, and they're not going to want to be around you because they're jealous. But you know what? You're going to have to be okay with that jealousy, and you're going to have to be okay with being hassled for your success, and you need to be prepared for that. Part of creating a vision means that you're going to reach this point of success, so you need to be prepared for what that actually means. And this isn't to scare you, but it's so that you're ready, you're prepared, you know what it's going to feel like, and you need to kind of be able to, in preparing yourself for that kind of rejection and negativity in your life, it allows you to for sure make sure that your vision is going to come true, because you're already over that when the time comes, right? So if you know now that this vision that you're going to sit down and write tonight and tomorrow, you're going to have this negative reaction to it. If you're already prepared for that, then by the time it all happens, you're going to be like, so what? Knew this was coming. See you later, right? So that that's huge. And you know what, for me, I think I kind of was already over that point, because I had already trained my mind to be able to deal with rejection. But it can be huge, because as you get successful, you don't understand why people don't want to see you succeed. So I think this is in the next slide now. Let's move on here. Homework. Don't require others to believe in your dream. So that kind of is an extension of what we were just talking about. So when people start to, as you're sharing your dreams and you're talking to your family, you're talking to your friends, or you're talking to prospects even, like, I mean, part of your vision is what you're going to be sharing with your new prospects and your customers. And so there's going to be people who still say no to you regardless of how huge your vision is and whether or not they latch onto it, right? They're still going to say no, or there's still going to be people that tell you that, well, okay, that's a crazy dream, good luck with that. Don't require them to believe in it. Move on. Your Ray explained it via the Matrix movie, and I don't know how to quote that, so I'm not going to quote it that way, but basically it was that your belief in your vision doesn't require their belief in your vision. It's only you who can believe in your vision, and only you who can make it come true. So who cares if they believe it can happen or not? Who cares? And I mean, you kind of get to the point where you feel like saying that to people, but then it gets kind of rude, right? So I'm not rude to people, but in my mind I'm going, I don't care what you think. And it's, yeah, it pulls you, and it's kind of fun because to see people change as things happen in your life, and you can just see in their face that they're like, crap, the stuff that they said was going to happen is actually happening. What am I going to say to them now? And they just don't say anything, because they're definitely not going to congratulate you, because then that would be like admitting that they were wrong, right? So don't require their belief in your vision. If you continue to play small, you're basically just robbing all of the people's lives that you can impact. So for me, like not playing small, one of my huge parts of my vision, and like I said, this part is all still coming true. It's not like I'm at anywhere near where I want to be. One of my parts of my vision is, I don't know about you guys, where you are, where you live, what you get in the mail, but I get requests for donations in the mail, and especially for Cancer Society, for me, Cancer Society and Cancer Care. My dad passed away from cancer, and I was sick and tired of opening up a donation request and not being able to give money, and not being able to support the charity that I want to support, or not being able to sponsor more than one child. So that, for me, that part of my vision pulls me, because it's like, it's not just immediate impact in your life. It's not just people in your immediate circle of friends or network. You can impact lives that you're never even going to see impacted, but just be able to, right? So I want to be able to open up any single envelope that comes into my mail and give as much as I want to give, no matter what. So that's the kind of, just start thinking bigger. See yourself as a third party. I said earlier, be the cameraman in your life, like you're a photographer. Take actual pictures in your mind of these things that I've talked about tonight. You need to actually be able to see it. It's not just being able to say it. It's not just being able to say this is what you want to happen. You visually need to see it. And that's why I said to close your eyes and see it, because that's what you need. And most people need the proper training on this. And I hope that, you walk away from this with stocked with information to be able to actually make these changes in your life. Because if you don't have proper vision training, which I didn't before this, I wasn't able to see my future, or even like, why would I think about what my countertops looked like, like why? And now I know why, because if you think about this stuff, all of a sudden this stuff starts to fall into your life. One great vision to have, and I think it's one that everybody can focus on, and it doesn't, focusing on money doesn't make you greedy, money is not evil. Some people think that way, and if you think that way, then you definitely need to start focusing on how that isn't true. Some people can do wrong things with money, and there's bad people out there that have a lot of money, but money in itself is not evil. So focusing on how much money you want to have is not a bad thing, because just like I said, through all this training, it impacts so many lives, and you can do so many things with it, but that's what you need to be thinking about. So a good vision to have is, how can I make my annual income my monthly income? And just think about that for a second. I mean, okay, if you're not making any money right now, that's not going to work for you, but think back to when you had a job. But that's huge. How do you make your annual income at your 9-to-5 job your monthly income in network marketing? And write those numbers into your vision. Say, by such and such a date, I am going to be making this much per month, and make it your annual income. And like I say, if you don't quite reach the goals in your vision, but you get almost there, it's way huger than just thinking, I only want $5,000 a month. And then it's absolutely possible. As a mom, if you're a mom watching this, I like to work with moms and dads a lot, and help them build their home businesses. No matter what company they're in, I like to do coaching with them and just help them with their social media, or getting leads, or just, ways that they can kind of tweak their brand. how will you spoil those in your life? I mean, moms tend to be so good at caring about other people, caring about your kids, your family, your house, and not spoiling yourself. So how will you spoil the people in your life with this grand vision that you're writing? It's not silly to dream big, and your family is going to benefit from it. And just think of that joy when you're getting that pat on the back from your husband or your wife, and you're getting that hug from your kids thanking you for what you've done. Um, and what about, like, just, I guess it kind of goes back to the other, but what will those people tell other people about the things that you've been able to achieve for your family? How will it feel when your spouse is talking about all the awesome things that you're doing when you're out for dinner with some friends, and is building you up, and you're able to look back and think, wow, have I ever come far from that day when I sat on that webinar and first started to map out my vision? So please, come with me for this month. Let's do this coaching. Let's talk on our coaching call, and let's really build this grand vision for your life. Originally, I had said this webinar was going to be 2 hours. I cut it down because I kind of got the feeling that people probably didn't want to be sitting in front of their computer for 2 hours, because that's a lot. So we'll have the Facebook group going. I will be talking to you each one-on-one. I've got your emails, and we'll definitely be keeping in touch a lot for this next month. Like I say, you can email me anytime. So your homework, I'm sorry, my cursor is sitting right there. Write out your vision, and I'm talking like write out your vision. When I wrote out my vision, I probably actually thought it was going to take longer. It maybe took me about 45 minutes. I mean, you read it and then you kind of tweak it, and make sure you're not using negative words, right? So go through it and remove any negativity. Even if it feels awkward, even if you feel like it's being selfish, take it out. Email it to me. That might make you uncomfortable. I promise that I'm not going to share your vision with anybody. It will be totally private. I'm not going to blog about your vision. I'm not going to do a video about it. I promise it will just be private between you and me. The reason that I want you to do this is A, to keep you accountable to writing out your vision, and B, so that I can help you in any areas where I see that you need assistance in your vision, where maybe you could be thinking bigger, or maybe where the words that you're using could be harming whether or not your vision comes true. So please do that. And then this here is just awesome. I heard this from Adam Chandler the other day. I'm a part of MLSP, and I'm in this 100-day Business Builder Challenge, which I've been talking about on my blog. But he, the other day, said to write out a day in the life journal entry for 2019. So for 5 years from now. So this date in 2019, or depending on when somebody's watching this webinar, 5 years from now, what does a typical day look like? So literally write out a day. Write it out like it's the story of your life in 5 years from now. And you don't need to send this to me. This is perfectly good just for yourself. But do that and keep it. Fold it up. Put it in your journal. Look in on it every once in a while, and see how slowly your life is going to start. Like what you write out in your 5-year day, slowly you're going to start to see things that are happening in your life that are like, oh my gosh, this kind of stuff is actually starting to happen. And so it's really awesome exercise. I am going to be sending you a few things. These are the bonuses. I'm going to send you an audio that I did. Now, I took another course. Okay. It was Joe Vitale. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. That's why I didn't want to say it. But anyways, it was on getting rid of your mental blocks. And so it was a $50 course that I paid for. But what I did is I made an audio version of it. It's my version, of course. I didn't, I'm not copying everything they say or anything. But it's, basically the Coles Notes version of this. I don't know how many hours it was of training, but a lot of it was watching other people go through the training. So I pretty much took the gist of that course, that training, of ridding yourself of mental blocks. And what that means is there's blocks in your mind that you don't even know about. And for me, it was kind of looking back and being like, oh, so these are situations in my life that have made me lose value in myself and lose confidence in myself. And there's this exercise that you do within this audio that it literally, you answer, like right now when you stop and think, what are my mental blocks, you probably don't really know. You'd probably really have to think about it, and you still wouldn't really come up with many answers. But there's an exercise that you do in this audio, where you ask yourself questions and you answer them, and you answer them with answers that you're looking for. So it's crazy. It's probably I probably would have never realized to do something like this. So I'm going to send you the audio. What I'm also going to send you is this YouTube sleep videos that I put together. Now, this girl in MLSP, April Marie Tucker, I need to give her props for it, because most of them are her videos. I took a couple out that were kind of weird, and added a couple in. But it's basically sleep audio. So it goes, there's a meditation that will put you to sleep. It's not weird. You're not being hypnotized. It's not all hokey pokey. It's just, since I started adding this into my life, it's changed me in the way where, like, I'm getting these crazy awesome ideas in the middle of the day, or in the like 4:30 in the morning. The other day I had this other awesome idea. Like, it's kind of just training your mind. It's training your subconscious to believe that you're able to do all this stuff, and that you're smart. You're able to figure things out. Opportunities come to you easy. It's easy for you to make money. The reason being successful is what the universe wants for you, and stuff like that. So it's an awesome kind of, I think it's about 4 hours worth of audio. You can make it longer by adding in your own. I tend to not get very much sleep, so that's why mine is only 4 hours. I know that's horrible to admit, but it's the truth. I'm running a whole business with kids, and I'm kind of one of those moms where I'm a night owl, so it's okay. Anyways, so I will send that off to you with the other audio, and then the other part of your homework is the affirmations. If affirmations aren't a part of your life right now, they need to be. It changes everything. I was not an affirmations person. I probably would have been someone who would have made fun of somebody who does affirmations years ago, and I can say that by, you can call me a bully, because I probably would have been back then to somebody who told me this stuff. All I can say now is that affirmations definitely change the way you think and the person that you are, and the things that happen in your life. The way you think, your energy that you're putting out there with your mind absolutely affects your life. So it's time to drop the negativity. It's time to change the way you think about yourself, the way you speak about yourself, the things you speak into your life. But I mean, that's a whole nother training. I'll be doing a webinar. Most of my webinars are going to be free, so I'll do a webinar on the language that you use in your life. And this is stuff we can definitely talk about in the one-on-one training as well. When we're coaching, you can let me each know individually what you're struggling with. Some of you may already have all this stuff down pat, and it's just like you're listening to me going, oh, okay, I already heard that. But I don't care how many times you hear certain things. You pull away different things each time you hear something, and also, you kind of need to hear things over and over again, and even from different perspectives. And in lots of training that you hear from some of the major trainers, it's stuff that you've heard them say already, but they say it in a different way. Or, I mean, you just kind of need to hear things over and over again for them to really settle into your subconscious anyways. So affirmations, the ones that I love the most right now, I use a ton, and I'm not saying this is enough. It certainly isn't. I mean, I think things like I am, if you're an MLM and network marketing, I love using I am a lead magnet. I love using I am a money magnet, or I am so happy and grateful now statements. So definitely use those. I think they're awesome. I've got these are not all that I use, but what I like about these are ones I did another coaching after the coaching group that I did with Ray the first time. I went into a smaller coaching group, and he finished it off with these statements or questions for affirmations. And he said he usually trains on just regular affirmations, but these why affirmations are needed for people who need to change their mindset or need some help with changing their mindset. So I think I'm going to use these for probably my whole life. So why am I so confident? Why do I easily find solutions? Why do I have such a rapidly growing team? Why am I so wealthy? Why am I so successful? Why am I so happy? And what I do, I speak them. He suggested writing them, and I'm sure that probably would help more. I do want to get into that habit, and that's not something that I've done yet. But he said if you write these down, or for me, I speak them, before you go to bed, your brain will start to figure out ways why this is true. So why am I so confident? Your brain will figure out reasons why you're so confident, and that will start to show in your life. You will easily find solutions to problems. You'll all of a sudden find yourself having a rapidly growing team. Why am I so wealthy? That's training your mind to figure out ways to make you wealthy. Why am I so successful? It'll figure out how you can be successful and why are you so happy, and you'll find yourself happier. And like this here for me, today was already a busy day, and I'm not saying this to brag, I'm saying this out of complete being grateful for the training that I've had and the things that are happening in my life. Rapidly growing team. Today was already pretty nervous for me. I was pretty much focused on this webinar. I had a few other things I needed to do. I had to do a blog post out of the blue. And so I was already busy, but I literally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leads come in out of the blue within like a 2-hour time frame. And I'm all about responding to your leads right away, because I feel like if they already know about you or know something, or excited about your opportunity, you need to jump on that right away. So I'm all about contacting leads right away. So I had to contact 7 leads today, and there wasn't, somehow everything worked out, which is great. But it's just those things happen. I've started saying this. When did I finish my coaching with him? Probably, I'd say it's about 2 months ago, maybe. And yeah, it's just like this, honestly, honest to goodness. And I mean, I'm taking the action. That's the thing with this vision. You've got to then figure out how you're going to take the action to make these things happen. And as you state these things in your life, you do start to take the action, because those things start showing up in your life that are going to make those things happen. So it's kind of a full circle, but you definitely have to jump into the action. There's no way that I'm saying that you just sitting down and thinking about how you want to be rich and eating chips and watching soap operas all day is going to make you rich, because that's not going to happen. You have to be taking the proper action. So I am taking action. I'm taking action in investing in my learning, doing my blogging, prospecting, talking to people on social media, building relationships. But as those things start to happen, attraction marketing kicks in, and this kind of stuff starts to happen. So it's awesome. And, I wouldn't be teaching on this stuff if I didn't fully believe it and see it working in my life. I'm not someone who's going to share something that isn't something that people can implement in their lives to see an immediate change. I do believe this training will change your life, and I'm not sure how I got super zoomed in here. Let me try going back. Oh, there we go. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for joining on this webinar. I appreciate you guys. I'm not going to do a question and answer, because I think this is going to be so individual, and it can be uncomfortable to share your questions with a group of people that you don't know. So let's make this one-on-one. Seriously, email me right away if you want. If you've got questions, I'm here to answer them. And I am so looking forward to this group of people. I think it's going to be awesome. And we will, I'm here for you. This is my passion, is helping people, not just through my companies or through, those kind of things. I better turn this firewall on, right? It's just what I want to do. I love helping people see success. I've got tons of tools to help you out, not tons of knowledge. I've learned a lot of stuff in the last 1.5 years, so I'm here to help you. Vision training for me, because it's something that I've implemented in my life so strongly in the last 6 months, is something that I don't necessarily feel like I am an expert at, but I'm definitely somebody who's implemented it in my life and seen changes, and I think those are the best type of people to help you. The path to success leaves clues, and so if you can jump on me with this vision training, I really think that it's going to change some stuff in your life. So I'm excited to hear your stories, and I hope that as we build in the group, we just hear some awesome stories coming out. That was the best part of this training with Ray, was hearing all these stories of people's visions coming true. Within, some of them were like a week after this training, and people were starting to put in there, this came true, oh my gosh, this is happening, and it's people who implemented what Ray taught us and started taking action in their life. So super excited for this. I thank you guys so much for being on here with me. Secret to Success in MLM, there you go. It will change your life. I'm excited to change lives with you and have you be able to pass this on to other people. What I'm going to be doing with this recording, it's actually going to become a $7 product after this. So people won't be getting the coaching. Like part of the $19.95 is the fact that you're getting the 1 month's coaching with me as well. So I hope that that's worth the extra $12. But so yeah, so this is actually going to be up for sale. If you know people that need this training, make sure you pass it on to them. I will let you know the link that you can send to your friends and your team. And yeah, just thanks so much for joining on here with me. I love you guys so much. I appreciate the support I've been getting, and I'm just excited to grow with you guys. I love just, you know what, in life, when you're kind of met with some negativity in your personal life, it's so awesome to have such a great group of support. And I really truly believe in network marketing. I'm a huge supporter of it. I've said before, I would wear a shirt every day that said I'm a proud network marketer, because I am. People can throw anything they want my way. In that way of talking negatively about it, I don't care anymore. I see the lives it's changed. I see the things I can do with it. And the fact that I'm sitting here hosting my webinar on vision, you know, February, could I have seen myself doing this? Probably not. So this wasn't part, no, I guess this kind of is part of my vision, because part of my vision is holding webinars and training people. So yeah, duh, I guess so. Actually, I think in my first blog post I said I will be holding a webinar on vision. So there you go. I did speak it into my life. Thanks so much, guys. I'm going to close this off. And like I say, we'll do question and answer personally. And I think I've said everything I need to. If there's anything that I forgot, because I am a little bit nervous and have talked for a really long time, I will share with you in email. Don't worry. Just make sure that you've added me as a safe person on your email list. It will be coming from, I use my personal email for this, so this will be abalichowski@live.com. So please add me on as a safe sender. And if for some reason you're feeling like you're not getting anything from me, make sure you check your spam folder. Okay, guys, have a fantastic rest of your night. Thanks so much for being on here with me. I love you guys, and I'm going to shut this down, and I will talk to you guys on email. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.